porta bagna d'Orsule.
Ready? Hi guys, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve in 2022. I am going to be very ambitious today, and I'm going to make sarma for the company that's coming tomorrow. We're gonna have 10 people here, including me. So I make sarma for 10 people, which means I have to make at least 20 pieces. As you know, sarma is a big production, and that's why I make it only once a year. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to prepare cabbage so that I can wrap the meat into these leaves. In Croatia, originally, we have cabbage that already has been pickled. The process is 6 weeks. Usually people do that, they start in October, and by Christmas time cabbage is pickled, but I just don't want to mess with it, and I have a shortcut which I'm going to use today, and I will show you how to do it, and so that you can, if you want to mess with that, you can do the same thing. Originally, pickling cabbage, my grandma used to do it. God love her. I will never do it because it's a long process. It's stinky. You have to change the water. You have to put more salt in it. No. So we're gonna do it the short way. So I'm going to take the core out of each head of the cabbage, and then I'm gonna start boiling those heads in the water, a mixture of water, white vinegar and salt. And I will show you how that goes. So let me now start taking cores out. Okay. Yes, okay guys, so water is boiling. So now we're gonna put cabbage heads in the water. Please do not burn yourself because it's scalding water. Here, one and one more. You see why you don't fill this all the way up? Because you need room for cabbage to fit in. There you go, drown it a little bit. It's gonna get softer. Cover and let it boil, not for too long, maybe 10 minutes. Otherwise it's too flimsy, too slimy. So just a little bit, 10 minutes maybe. Then we'll take it out and let it cool off and start pulling leaves. Water is boiling, cabbage is inside, two heads together, you see. It's already a little bit softer. And pretty soon I'm gonna pull one out just to test it. Yeah, it's ready. You see how leaves are coming off? That's pretty much when it's ready to be pulled off. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn this off. Now prepare the big bowl or a dish that you're gonna have, and can have these cabbage heads placed over there. I need a fork. Get me a fork. There we go. It goes here. You cannot really do anything with it at the moment because it's very hot. Just have it out and let it cool off. Do not throw the water away, because if the inside leaves are still raw, you will have to boil them separately just for a little bit. So just keep the water for now. All right, let it. And cabbage has been cooked, and now I'm pulling the leaves off. Try not to break them because you need a leaf to wrap the meat in. Okay, let's see. Kind of like that. See? There we go. So we're taking the leaves off. And we are going to need probably a few more. I already pulled one head apart. This is the second head that I'm doing right now. Okay, when it's becoming like this, that leaves are hard, then we'll probably just do a couple of more and that's it. The rest of the cabbage I'm going to cut into slices and put it on the bottom of the pot. That should be enough for sarma, yeah. Okay, maybe one more over here. No, it's not, it's falling apart. Okay, never mind. So that I'm gonna cut later on into shreds and put it on the bottom of the pot. Okay, now in this container, in this bowl, I'm going to put some ground beef, chopped onions, salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and rice, raw rice, and gonna 2 eggs and mix everything, and then we're gonna start folding everything into sarma. Okay, so let me go and get my stuff. Let me get the ingredients. So leaves are off. These are the leaves, and now we have a ground beef. We have rice, Jimmy Dean sausage, salt, pepper, onion. Now I'm gonna start mixing everything together. I am going to put some rice on this meat. And I don't measure, to tell you frankly. I do approximately. I put the rice like that much. So that's what, 1 cup? Probably 1 cup. This is 3 pounds of ground beef. I'm gonna have 10 people over for dinner, so might as well have a 10 pounds altogether. 3 pounds of ground beef, 2 pounds of Jimmy Dean sausage, plus rice, plus eggs and so on. So it's gonna be probably a good mixture of 7 pounds. 2 eggs. Paprika. Once around. Okay. It's my famous saying, spices, once around. Pepper, same thing, once around. There. Salt. Not too much because sausage is already salty. So some salt, but not too much. Sausage. And I'm gonna put 2. So 2 pounds of sausage on 3 pounds of ground beef. Okay, one more. We have some chopped onion. This is one whole white onion that I chopped, and I'm gonna mix it here with the meat. Okay, and now we're gonna put some water into this joint. Why? So rice can expand. About the 1 full cup. And now I'm gonna start mixing it. Mix everything together. Eggs, spices, rice, sausage, meat. So mixture has to be not too runny, but not too firm either, because the rice has to cook inside as you are cooking the whole thing. So ground beef that I have here, this is 80-20, 20% fat. Sarma cannot really be very lean dietary because fat adds to the flavor. Okay, so this is pretty good, you see. The mixture is good, it's not too firm, it's not runny. I can pick it up nicely, it doesn't bite my hands. There. So this is the same mixture that you would actually do for stuffed peppers, the same thing. But now instead of stuffing the pepper, we're gonna stuff the cabbage leaf. Okay. Let me show you now what to do with this. Take one leaf. This core is actually going to hinder you from wrapping, so you're going to take this core out. Like that. I'm going to throw this away. And this is your cabbage. So what we are going to do now, you take some meat, like that, and side over and side over, and from the bottom up, and this is one. Okay, let's do the other. Get the core out. Can't mix much with core because it's too big, just too bulky. All right. Neat. Side over, side over. There you go. It's another one. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once it cooks, it's kind of all the same. Core out. Neat. Like that. Well, good morning, guys. Merry Christmas. It's a second day of Sarma adventure. Last night we did the cabbage and we did actually Sarma rolls itself. And then after that I put all of that in the pot, and let me show you. Kind of looks like this. And I put the smoked neck bones. These are pork neck bones that are smoked. You need to have some smoked meat. It can be ribs also, it can be ham, but I like the neck bones from the pork. You put it on top. What I did underneath of this sarma is I have shredded the remainder of the head of the cabbage, you see? And I lined the bottom of the pot with the shredded cabbage. When I took the leaves off, remember we had like the middle of the cabbage, like that one over there, that it was a head like that. I shredded that head of cabbage into like a noodle size pieces. So I lined the bottom of the pot with it. And here we are. And now we're gonna put some smoked meat here and on top. Why I lined the pot with it is because I don't want sarma to burn. Sometimes if the liquid in the pot gets too low, the bottom may start kind of having a burn smell or taste. So if it burns, it's going to be the shredded cabbage and not sarma itself. So here we have this sarma here. These are 10 pieces here with the smoked meat, and these are 12 pieces here, same situation with the smoked meat. What I'm going to do now, I am going to cover this with the shredded sauerkraut from the can. And I have to tell you folks, this is a far cry from the real thing. I just tasted it and my grandma would not approve it, but you know what, this is what we have and that's what we're gonna have. So it's okay, but it's not as good as it should be. So here we are. We're gonna put this sauerkraut on top. Get out of here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the strainer, because I don't want all this juice, because there's so much salt in it, it's not even funny. Let me get it. So here, we're gonna strain this thing. That's better. See, all this salty water actually. I'm gonna leave a little bit, but the big majority I just throw away. That's better this way. Okay, and we'll put another half a can. Yeah, that's it. So half. Okay, that's half now. That should be enough. The other half goes here. And then I'll strain this one. Okay. Okay, that's good. That goes here. Cover it up. Cover it up with the sauerkraut. There. Okay, now pepper on both sides. Two bay leaves in each. One, two. Here, there's a small one, we'll put three. 1, 2, 3. This is the little one, okay. Paprika. To cover. Paprika to cover. And now we'll put the water. Now I'm gonna grab one of these cans of lovely cabbage. Water to cover. So it looks like it's gonna take 3. Yeah, it takes 3 cans for this pot. All right, so we have here enough liquid, which is water, to cover this entire mixture, sarma and cabbage and meat, here on both sides. Now we're gonna cover this, 1 and 2, and we're gonna start boiling it. And once it boils, then you turn it down on low, and you just simmer it for a good hour and a half. So we're gonna do that now, and after that, we're gonna do stuffed peppers. Okay. All right, so sarma is now cooking. It's here right now it's on high, but it will be on low. This is still on high, and it will be on low, but it needs to start boiling first. And yesterday I had quite a bit of meat mixture left, so I made stuffed peppers. I have stuffed peppers and like 3 meatballs over here. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna put some ragu spaghetti sauce on top. And take a little bit more water. And I'm gonna add more water because that needs to almost cover the peppers. There we go. Yeah, that should be perfect actually. And I'm gonna lay this puppy down so the meat actually cooks. Okay, lay it down. There. That's good. And I am going to put some chopped garlic. These are four cloves of garlic, kind of coarsely chopped. And that goes here. And I'm going to put some salt in it because I added tomato sauce and the water, so it's probably not salt enough. So I'm gonna put there is salt, so we're gonna put some salt right here and on the side. Okay, that should be good. And then also goes boiled, and it's going to be probably on one of these in the back, hang in there. Okay, the back burner. What I will do is put sarma on a, whew, this is hot, sarma on the back burner. Thank you. There. That goes back, and peppers go in the front. Okay, that should be good. Yeah. Okay, so now we just let this boil. Sarma needs to be simmered. Once it starts boiling, it needs to be simmered probably for a good hour and a half. And peppers probably an hour. And once, the supervisor's here. And once this is done, then I have to make a roux for all three. So it's going to be just a regular roux with flour and oil. And I will mix it with some of this juice from here and water, and it's going to create a nice gravy for all. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. It's time to finish sarma. Sarma has been cooking and it's been done basically. Now I just have to put roux inside, and it's going to be like a nice gravy. That's the purpose. So I'm gonna put some oil, which I already did. Done. And then on top of that oil, well, I put rice. I need flour, not rice. Tomundo. Okay, flour. About 2 spatulas. Well, it's small like this, so maybe 3. 1. That's better. And one more. Yeah, much better. Okay. Now we're gonna fry this flour here. I think I need a little more oil because this is not pliable enough over there. See, it's kind of lumpy and I needed more runny. So I'll put a little bit more oil. That's a grapeseed oil. I always cook with grapeseed oil. Okay. Now we have something to work with, you see? There. Some paprika. Once it starts turning brown, then I'm gonna turn the fire off and I will put paprika on top. Because if you put paprika now, it burns in a second. So you put it very last. See, See, it's already turning golden brown. Okay, now that's golden brown enough, because it will still keep on frying once I turn this off. Okay, paprika. See how quickly that burns? It's smoking already. Make sure that you have heat completely off while you are putting paprika in your roux. Otherwise you end up in black, and that's, I mean, it happens really in a second. Okay, now I'm going to add some broth. I like chicken broth because it's light in taste. And I'm glad that this one is low sodium, because sauerkraut is salty already, and if we have a full sodium chicken broth, it may make the whole dish too salty. So now we're gonna do this. Okay, heat back on. Once it starts thickening, then I will decide whether I need more broth or not. But for now, I don't want to put too much. It's already thickening. It's like making custard. Yep, we need more, otherwise it's too thick. It has to be like nice gravy. Not too thin, not too thick. Yeah, that's nice. That's actually pretty good. Let me just bring it to boil. And then I'm gonna put it on top of the sarma that's already cooked. And then we're gonna boil everything together. Lower the heat. How thick is this now? Let's see. I think we're good over here. See, kind of like that. Just like gravy. Okay. Good. Okay. We are putting now gravy on top of the sarma. This is your roux. Like 3, and we'll put 3 more over there. One, 2, 3, that's good. 1 more. And we'll finish with a little bit here. There's chicken broth just on top. And here, just to pick up some of this gravy. Okay, goes here. That goes now on a low heat. It's going to boil as is. Just let me do this. Do not mix it. Just kind of pry it off the edges so that liquid from the bottom gets to the top. There you go, like that. And then it's gonna find its way up. There you go. Don't mix sarma. Once you put it in the pot, it stays in the pot until you serve it. All right. Lids. And low heat. Low. Kind of okay. And this one I need a little fire stick. And low heat. Low. Okay. Now it's gonna cook probably for another 30 minutes, then it's done. Then it's ready. Stuffed pepper. Somebody's here.
Okay, so you cut them in half.
I cut them in half, and I'm gonna put some parmesan on top. It's probably Alan. Sarma.
Our dishwasher, our oven, everything.
You know, we have so many things.
You totally missed
This one lost its cabbage
But you're on Facebook.
coat.
Okay, so when I came and I knew that the microphone plugged it off, so I said it, and it never happened again.
And I woke up and I was like, oh, it's like 5:30. I'm like, what happened? It's
Oh, it woke me up immediately. At 1:30, I heard it. I thought, okay, something's
It seemed
happening.
like
here.
the
But I
line
went
was
back to
down
sleep.
maybe and kept
And
touching
about
something.
5 a.m. I woke up. From 5 a.m. I was awake. It was just blink every 7 seconds. Blink, blink. And then
That sounds
I
kind
went
of
back to
like a
sleep
southern
and
explanation.
I woke up and I come in the kitchen. Andre was already up. I didn't dare get up. And she says,
Od Porta Bagna do Orsule, od Portoccia do